This is today's Impact Wrestling full show results video, and before the show, we saw a match between Zicky Dice vs Champagne Singh, and the result of this match was Champagne Singh defeated Zicky Dice by pinfall. The main show started, and the first match happened between Mike Bailey and Jonathan Gresham vs Decay, and the result of this match was Mike Bailey and Jonathan Gresham defeated Decay by pinfall when Mike Bailey hits Ultimo Weapon on Taurus for the win, and post-match, Bailey and Gresham passive-aggressively congratulate each other before shaking hands. Alexander, Swan, and Kazarian are interviewed backstage, and Josh hypes them up as a decorated trio capable of beating both Bullet Club and Time Machine. Kazarian discusses his history with both MCMG and Bullet Club, and then Macklin interrupts as Swan starts to speak, and he plants seeds of dissension. Gia Miller then interviews Giselle Shaw and the company, and Shaw said she was this close, but Perazzo is jealous of her and screwed her over. Shaw says Diana will have a receipt coming at Sacrifice, and then Johnny Swinger and Zicky Dice interrupt, and Swinger challenges Jai Vidal to a match thinking he's not a wrestler. The next match happened between Steve Macklin vs Heath, and the result of this match was Steve Macklin defeated Heath by pinfall after hitting the Kia finishing move. Then Death Dolls talks backstage, and Taya sends Jessica off to indulge in bottomless mimosas. Once she runs off, Taya confronts Rosemary about her possibly finding out they used magic to make Havoc turn into Jessica. Then we saw PCO is out in the Vegas desert still searching for Eddie Edwards. The next match happened between Johnny Swinger vs Jai Vidal, and the result of this match was Jai Vidal defeated Johnny Swinger by pinfall after hitting the running knee for the win. During the match, Deonna Purrazzo attacked on Giselle Shaw, but somehow the officials brought Deonna at backstage. Backstage, Diener talks about how Callahan attempted to join the design, and last week, Callahan suffered a loss to Rhino, and then Callahan interrupts and agrees to take his punishment like a man. Then Mickie James confronts Tommy Dreamer backstage after she learns Santino has booked them versus Bully Ray and Masha Slamovich next week. Jordynne Grace interrupts and questions how wise it is for Mickie to battle Masha just 24 hours before their title match at Sacrifice. Then we saw the Eddie Edwards segment, and he said he's ready to let the past live in the past, but PCO keeps haunting him. Then we see a replay of PCO getting hit by the car during their desert brawl, and suddenly, PCO starts to make his way to the ring when Kenny King attacks from behind. King and Edwards try to double team him, but PCO chokes them both at one point. King kicks PCO a couple of times before Edwards delivers one of his own. Eddie whacks him with a kendo stick and King dropkicks him from the top, and hits Boston Knee Party as King holds a chair against PCO's head, and then delivers one more kendo stick shot and PCO convulsed. Then Santino Marella reunites with the former Vladimir Kozlov backstage, but Dango isn't allowed to say his name due to trademark purposes, and then Joe Hendry appears, requesting a rematch against Brian Myers. Dango says he's a big fan of Hendry, and Santino books Myers vs Hendry for Sacrifice. Then we saw a women's tag team match between Death Dolls vs The Coven for the Knockouts World Tag Team Championship, and the result of this match was Taylor Wilde and Keelan King defeated Death Dolls by pinfall and becomes the new Knockouts World Tag Team Champions. In the main event of the show, we saw a six-man tag team match between Josh Alexander, Rich Swann and Frankie Kazarian vs Bullet Club, and the result of this match was Bullet Club defeated Josh Alexander, Rich Swann and Frankie Kazarian by pinfall. Josh Alexander was not happy, and the show goes off air.